In today's video, we're diving into the 6 most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare wheat pennies. Coins that look simple at first glance, but carry remarkable history, shocking price potential, and a level of rarity that has captivated collectors for generations. So if you're a collector, a coin hunter, or someone who just loves uncovering pieces of America's past, this is a video you don't want to miss. Let's get started. First up, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after pieces in the entire wheat penny series. The ultra-rare 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark. This coin may look simple at first glance, especially in very dirty condition, but its history, rarity, and rising collector demand make it one of the most exciting finds you can come across. So settle in, because this journey takes us deep into the world of ultra-rare United States coins that continue to surprise collectors even today. This penny has become a standout collectible for enthusiasts who appreciate the perfect blend of history, artistry, and scarcity. Even though millions were minted, only a small percentage survive today in eye-appealing grades, and collectors continue to chase this issue for its connection to a defining era in American coinage. What makes it so captivating is how it reflects the transition of the United States just before the Second World War, a time filled with uncertainty, evolving national identity, and economic recovery. This penny represents a tangible link to everyday life in 1940. It circulated in pockets, cash registers, and factories during one of the most important turning points in the 20th century. All of this gives the coin a level of historical weight few modern pieces can match, elevating it to a prized treasure in the world of numismatics. The story of the 1940 wheat penny begins at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's oldest minting institution, which struck these coins without a mint mark. As part of the long-running Lincoln Cents series, launched in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 1940 issue played a key role in carrying the beloved wheat ear reverse into the new decade. The nation was still recovering from the Great Depression, and coin production was steadily rising again as industry and employment began to move forward. Although the year did not mark a special anniversary or commemorative moment, the cultural backdrop makes this coin historically significant. It represents a period when Americans relied heavily on copper cents for everyday spending, and the coins themselves became small symbols of resilience during a time of rebuilding. For collectors, this background transforms an ordinary penny into a meaningful artifact from a pivotal moment in American history. The design of the 1940 no-mint mark wheat penny remains one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage. On the obverse, you find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner with precise detail that still impresses collectors today. Lincoln's thoughtful expression, crisp lettering, and the "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" inscriptions give the design a dignified classic appeal. On the reverse, 2 tall wheat stalks curve inward to frame the bold, 1-cent lettering, representing strength, agriculture, and national prosperity. The inscriptions "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" complete the design. The coin is made of 95% copper and weighs 3.11 grams, with a rich color that can range from red to brown depending on age and preservation. Although very dirty condition hides much of the detail, high-grade examples with full mint luster show stunning beauty. Special varieties such as doubled dies or unusually strong strikes can make this penny even more desirable for advanced collectors. Rarity is one of the key reasons this 1940 issue stands out. While the mintage number itself was high, survival in excellent condition is extremely low. The vast majority of these pennies circulated heavily for decades, picking up where scratches, stains, discoloration, and environmental damage. Very dirty examples are common, but coins with full original red color, sharp details, or uncirculated surfaces are far harder to find and command much higher prices. It appeals to beginners, seasoned collectors, and investors alike. The design is iconic, the era is historically meaningful, and the coin itself tells a story that feels personal and powerful. This issue has gained even more attention as the market for early Lincoln cents continues to rise, with collectors focusing on copper color, strike strength, and originality. Many consider it a standout piece within the wheat penny series because it blends visual appeal, history, and rarity in a way that keeps it relevant even in today's fast-moving numismatic market. In today's market, values for the 1940 wheat penny depend heavily on condition, color, and variety. Very dirty or heavily worn coins usually have modest value, but those in uncirculated condition, especially with full red luster, can reach impressive price levels. Strong mint state examples can fall anywhere from $1,000 to as high as $9,000 for rare varieties or superb specimens with exceptional eye appeal. Coins certified by major grading services often bring premium prices, and collectors pay special attention to pieces that have spotless surfaces, full original shine, and no detracting marks. The 1940 no-mint mark wheat penny remains one of the most intriguing and rewarding coins for collectors who appreciate a mix of history, rarity, and beauty. Even in very dirty condition, it carries a powerful sense of nostalgia and importance. And if you enjoyed exploring this remarkable penny, stay tuned because our next video dives into another ultra-rare coin that might just be hiding in your change jar right now. And secondly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States, the rare 1939 wheat penny, without a mint mark, stands out as one of the most fascinating and sought-after treasures in the world of American numismatics. Even in very dirty condition, this coin manages to capture the imagination of collectors because of its deep historical roots, simple yet iconic design, and growing market demand. Its timeless charm and the curiosity surrounding high-grade or rare variety examples have turned it into a prized treasure for anyone who understands the true value of vintage United States coinage. This penny continues to captivate enthusiasts who appreciate how an ordinary everyday coin can transform into a symbol of history, value, and rarity. The historical significance of the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny begins with its production at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most storied minting facility in the United States. Struck during the final years of the Great Depression, this coin reflects an era of economic recovery, shifting industries, and major national changes. Although no major commemorative event was tied directly to its creation, it stands as a tangible connection to the past, produced during a period when Americans handled their pennies carefully and every small cent had meaning. As part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat series, it carries forward the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, honoring his leadership and his place in American history. What gives the 1939 wheat penny its unmistakable identity is its classic and deeply symbolic design. On the obverse, the detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln presents an image of strength and dignity, crafted by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the iconic pair of wheat stalks, representing agricultural prosperity and national growth. This combination makes the coin instantly recognizable and highly appealing to collectors. Even though the coin lacks a mint mark due to its origin at the Philadelphia Mint, the clean edges, copper composition, and traditional diameter and weight make it a standout piece within the wheat penny timeline. High-grade examples reveal rich luster, sharp details, and an eye-catching reddish-brown tone that collectors prize. The rarity of the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny becomes clearer when you look at the specific varieties and the challenge of finding clean, well-preserved examples. While Philadelphia produced a large number of these coins, many entered circulation and experienced heavy wear, making high-grade survivors extremely difficult to locate. There are also minor die variations and subtle striking differences that appeal to variety hunters. Condition plays a major role in its desirability because coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition are exceptionally scarce. The difficulty of finding sharply struck examples with full details and original color is exactly what drives collector demand and builds excitement around this issue. When evaluating the market value of the 1939 wheat penny, collectors pay close attention to condition, visual appeal, and any noteworthy varieties. In very dirty or heavily circulated condition, the coin holds modest value. However, examples that appear in excellent condition or feature desirable varieties can command prices ranging from $1,000 to $8,500, depending on grade and rarity. Auction records continue to show steady appreciation, with certified high-grade pieces bringing strong competition from bidders. Its historical importance, classic artwork, and scarcity in top grades all contribute to the growing market demand and make this penny a standout investment in the wheat penny series. Collectors who want to pursue the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny should focus on identifying high-grade examples or certified pieces from trusted third-party grading services. It's important to study the details of the obverse and reverse to recognize sharp strike quality, potential die varieties, or unusual features that may increase value. Buying from reputable dealers, auction houses, or numismatic conventions is the safest way to ensure authenticity. To preserve the coin's value, store it in protective holders, avoid touching the surfaces, and keep it away from moisture or damaging materials. Staying involved in collector communities and following market trends helps enthusiasts understand rising prices and new discoveries. Another reason the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny continues to attract serious collectors is the story of how its surviving population spread across the country over decades of circulation. Millions of these pennies passed through the hands of workers, farmers, soldiers, and families during a transformative period in American history. By the time collectors started searching for wheat pennies in large numbers, many of these 1939 pieces had already suffered years of wear, corrosion, dirt buildup, and surface damage. The few that escaped heavy circulation by chance, either stored away, lost in drawers, or kept in early coin collections, are the ones that command the strongest interest today. What also elevates the coin's appeal is how it fits into the broader narrative of assembling a complete wheat penny set, a challenge that many collectors pursue for years. The 1939 penny plays an important role in bridging the late 1930s issues, linking earlier Depression-era mintages with the wartime coins of the early 1940s. Collectors who aim for a full date and mint mark set quickly learn that locating a premium quality 1939 no mint mark example is far more difficult than the mintage numbers suggest. The 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark remains a remarkable blend of artistry, history, and rarity. It stands as a prized collectible for both new and experienced numismatists because it connects directly to America's past while offering real investment potential. Its timeless design, historical roots, and scarcity in high grades continue to captivate enthusiasts around the world. Whether you are building a complete wheat penny set or searching for a standout treasure to elevate your collection, this coin delivers lasting appeal, steady growth, and the satisfaction of owning a piece of numismatic history. And thirdly, we dive deep into the world of classic American coinage. The most valuable and ultra-rare United States 1958 wheat penny with the Denver D mint mark. A coin that proves condition and rarity can create a king from the most humble of origins. And we are going to explore every facet of what makes this particular dirty, well-worn example so incredibly special and valuable. To understand why a 1958 D Lincoln cent is so collectible, we must first look past its denomination. The year 1958 is profoundly significant in numismatic history as it marks the very final year of the wheat reverse design, a design that had been in continuous production for nearly half a century since its debut in 1909. After 1958, the mint transitioned to the Frank Gasparo-designed Lincoln Memorial reverse, closing a monumental chapter. The Denver Mint, signified by the D mint mark, was producing these coins in enormous quantities for circulation, and most of them were spent, worn, and eventually lost to time. The collectability stems from this pivotal position as the last of its kind, a sentinel at the end of an era, and the intense desire among collectors to secure a high-grade example for their sets, which creates a dramatic value curve for any specimen that managed to survive the ravages of time in superior condition. The historical context of 1958 is crucial to frame the story of this coin. America was in the thick of the post-war economic boom, a period of optimism and consumerism. The coin in your pocket was a workhorse, used for everything from a newspaper to a payphone call. The Denver Mint was operating at full capacity, striking over 800 million of these pennies to fuel the nation's growing economy. Because of this immense output, most people assume the 1958 D is a common coin, and in lower grades, that is absolutely true. However, this very fact is what makes the survival of any example in pristine, untouched condition such a statistical anomaly. These coins were not saved in rolls by the millions like some later issues. They were put directly into circulation, destined for a life of commerce and the inevitable wear and damage that came with it. This context makes the hunt for a well-preserved 1958 D not just a search for a coin, but a search for a needle in a very large, but very picked-over, haystack. The design of the 1958 D wheat penny is the iconic Victor David Brenner creation that Americans had known for decades. The obverse features the right-facing profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a dignified and enduring portrait that has become synonymous with the 1-cent piece. Inscriptions include "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1958 to the right. The mint mark D is located just below the date, a small but critical feature. The reverse is the classic wheat ear design, with two stylized stalks of durum wheat framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with the national motto, E pluribus unum, at the top. The beauty and simplicity of this design are what have endeared it to generations of collectors. On a high-grade coin, the details are sharp, with Lincoln's cheekbone and the lines on the wheat stalks showing clear definition. But on our featured coin, the dirty condition tells a story of a long life in circulation, with the high points worn smooth and the surfaces covered in the grime of decades. The discussion of rarity for the 1958 D is entirely a conversation about condition. In grades like good or very fine, this coin is exceedingly common, with millions surviving. However, the population plummets dramatically as you move up the grading scale into the mint state levels, particularly MS 66 and above. The true rarity begins to reveal itself in the condition known as red, indicating a coin that still retains its original copper luster and color, untuned by time and environmental factors. While a brown or dirty, circulated example is a common find, the existence of a 1958 D in a high grade with original red color is a genuine numismatic rarity. The copper planchets used were highly susceptible to bag marks, contact abrasions, and immediate toning, making it nearly impossible for a coin to escape the mint and subsequent handling without some flaw. Therefore, any 1958 D that grades MS 66 red or higher is considered a conditional rarity, with populations in the major third-party grading services being exceptionally low, often numbering in the few hundreds or even dozens for the highest grades. Collector demand for this coin is perpetually and intensely high, and it stands out in the wheat penny series as one of the ultimate condition challenges. Every serious collector attempting to complete a set of Lincoln cents, whether it's a full run of wheat reverse coins or a registry set with top-tier examples, needs a 1958 D. It is a key date not because of a low mintage, but because of the extreme difficulty in locating one in superlative condition. This creates a classic and powerful economic scenario. Immense demand from a large collector base chasing a very limited supply of high-quality specimens. The coin becomes a trophy, a representation of a collector's dedication and resources. Explaining its current market value requires us to be very specific about the grades. A common, worn, and dirty 1958 D penny, the kind you might find in a bulk bin, is worth exactly 1 cent in purchasing power and perhaps a few cents to a collector looking for a filler coin. However, the moment you step into the world of certified mint state examples, the values escalate astronomically. For collectors hoping to find one of these treasures, the strategy must be precise and patient. You will not find a high-value 1958 D in circulation today. That ship has long sailed. Your focus must be on certified coins graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC. This guarantees the authenticity and condition of the coin, which is paramount for such a significant investment. When evaluating a potential purchase, the key factors are the numerical grade and the color designation. Red is the pinnacle, followed by red-brown, and then brown. The presence of full, original luster beneath the surface is a critical factor for value. Look for coins that have been professionally conserved, if necessary, to remove harmful contaminants, but which retain their original skin. The 1958 D wheat penny in a high grade of preservation stands as a monumental issue within the Lincoln cent series. Its importance is derived not from a low mintage figure, but from its historical position as the final wheat ear cent and the extreme scarcity of examples that survived in gem condition. This coin is a perfect case study in numismatics, demonstrating that value is not always about how many were made, but about how many were saved, and more importantly, how well they were saved. It is an enduring reminder that sometimes the most common items can become the most rare and desirable treasures. And fourthly, we're talking about the ultra-rare and most valuable and expensive the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark stands as a particularly fascinating and highly sought-after piece. This coin represents a thrilling chapter in the series, blending wartime history with a compelling mint era that fuels its immense appeal. For collectors, securing an example of this coin, even in a very dirty and circulated state, is a pursuit that promises the acquisition of a genuine piece of monetary history. Its status as a prized treasure is not merely derived from its age, but from the unique circumstances of its creation and its remarkable rarity, making it a centerpiece for any advanced collection of 20th century American coinage and a tangible connection to a pivotal era. The historical context of the 1944 Lincoln cent is deeply rooted in the industrial and material demands of World War II. In 1943, the United States Mint had shifted from using copper to zinc-coated steel for cent production to conserve copper for the war effort. However, by 1944, the mint reverted to a copper-based alloy, but this time using recycled shell casings from the war, giving these coins a distinctive, slightly darker and grainier appearance often referred to as the shell case composition. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark, produced the vast majority of these coins. The intrigue surrounding the 1944 no-mint mark penny, however, stems from a rare and valuable error where a handful of coins were struck on the previous year's steel planchets, creating a dramatic and highly prized mule that is one of the great rarities of the modern series. This coin's unique features are defined by its classic Lincoln wheat design, a beloved motif in American numismatics. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's iconic profile of a stoic Abraham Lincoln, a portrait that has graced the cent since 1909. The reverse showcases the two simple yet elegant wheat stalks encircling the denominations, symbolizing the nation's agricultural prosperity. A standard 1944 penny is a bronze coin, weighing approximately 3.11 grams and measuring 19 millimeters in diameter. The specific variety in question, however, is visually jarring. It possesses the silvery, magnetic appearance of a 1943 steel cent, but bears the 1944 date. This stark contrast between its expected composition and its actual metallic substance is what makes it so instantly recognizable and desirable to specialists. The rarity of the 1944 steel Lincoln cent cannot be overstated, as it is one of the most famous and elusive error coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. It is believed that only a few dozen examples were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943 before the Mint fully transitioned back to bronze. While the coin you have described is in very dirty condition, which significantly impacts its market value compared to a pristine specimen, its fundamental rarity remains its most compelling attribute. The challenge of finding any example of this error, regardless of condition, is immense, and the vast majority of those known to exist are housed in major collections or institutional holdings, rarely appearing on the open market. When discussing the market value for this extraordinary coin, it is crucial to differentiate it from common 1944 bronze cents, which are worth only a few cents even in mint state. The 1944 steel penny commands a staggering premium. For a certified example in even low grades, prices are formidable. While a coin in very dirty condition would be graded low, likely in the good to fine range, its value remains substantial due to its legendary status. A plausible price range for such a specimen at auction could realistically fall between $75,000 and $150,000 or even higher, depending on the specific details of its surfaces and the intensity of collector competition. High-grade examples have sold for well over $300,000, underscoring the immense value placed on this numismatic anomaly. For any collector aspiring to own such a significant piece, rigorous diligence is paramount. Given the coin's high value and the prevalence of counterfeits and alterations, such as plated copper cents made to look like steel, pursuing only certified examples graded by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC is an absolute necessity. These services have authenticated and encapsulated the known genuine specimens, providing security and market acceptance. Purchases should be made through reputable major auction houses or established dealers with proven expertise in error coins. This approach protects the collector's investment and ensures the coin's legitimacy, which is critical for such a high-stakes numismatic item. Proper care and preservation are essential, even for a coin in heavily circulated and dirty condition. A coin of this caliber should never be cleaned or altered in any way, as doing so would permanently damage its surfaces and catastrophically diminish its value and collector appeal. It should be stored securely in its original certification holder, kept in a stable, climate-controlled environment away from humidity and direct sunlight. Handling should be kept to an absolute minimum, and the holder itself should be held by its edges to prevent any potential damage to the encapsulated coin. This careful stewardship will help preserve the coin's integrity and value for future generations. The appeal of the 1944 steel cent to collectors is multifaceted and profound. It represents the ultimate transitional era, a coin that physically embodies a moment of change at the U.S. Mint. For specialists in the Lincoln series, it is a pinnacle coin, a holy grail, that many pursue but few ever obtain. Its dramatic appearance and the compelling story of its accidental creation during a world war give it a narrative power that few other coins can match. Owning such a piece is not just about possessing a rare object. It is about holding a tangible and quite heavy piece of a historical mistake that has captivated the numismatic world for decades. For the dedicated numismatist, the pursuit of a 1944 steel wheat penny is a journey toward owning one of the most legendary coins of the modern era. It is a piece that sparks conversation and inspires awe, a centerpiece that instantly elevates any collection. While the investment potential is undeniable given its steady appreciation at auction, the true reward lies in the ownership of a genuine American numismatic treasure. It stands as a powerful reminder of the Mint's wartime challenges and the rare errors that can create objects of immense desire, connecting the collector directly to a unique moment in the annals of U.S. coinage history. Beyond its status as a collector's prize, the 1944 steel cent serves as a powerful and tangible relic of a nation's industrial adaptation during global conflict, a one-cent paradox that is worth a fortune. Its very existence, born from the logistical complexities of switching wartime coinage compositions, encapsulates a fleeting error in the vast machinery of the U.S. Mint, making it a numismatic monument to a unique moment in time. The 1944 steel Lincoln wheat penny is a magnificent convergence of history, artistry, and extreme rarity. It is far more than a simple one-cent piece. It is a numismatic legend whose story is etched into its very metal. For the advanced collector, it represents a worthy and rewarding challenge, a coin that promises not only a sound financial investment, but also the immense satisfaction of preserving a key chapter of American history. Its enduring appeal to numismatists worldwide is a testament to its status as one of the most prized and captivating coins ever to emerge from the United States Mint. And at the end, we're going to explore the most expensive and valuable, the United States ultra-rare 1951 wheat penny with the Denver D Mint mark. Is one of those coins people overlook every single day, tossing it aside because of its worn surface or dirty appearance, not realizing the hidden fortune it might hold. This coin represents a time in American history when millions of pennies were minted for everyday use, yet only a handful survived with the qualities collectors crave today. What makes this story even more gripping is that some of the most valuable coins ever found were discovered in terrible condition, showing that beauty isn't always what makes a coin priceless. When you hear collectors talk about rare pennies worth thousands or even millions, this is exactly the type of coin they're referring to. And if you've got old coin jars lying around, you might want to check them again, because a 1951D in just the right form could completely change your financial future. The historical background of this coin stretches back to the post-war era, a time when the United States Mint in Denver was working non-stop to meet the growing demand for circulating currency. These wheat pennies carried more than just monetary value. They represented growth, rebuilding, and the evolving American economy. Every detail on this coin, from Lincoln's portrait to the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse, connects collectors to an era of transformation. Over 7 decades later, the 1951 D stands apart from the rest, not because of its age alone, but because certain examples possess traits so uncommon that experts classify them as ultra-rare, pushing their value into the highest levels of the market. Collectors today hunt for these coins with unmatched determination because the right combination of minting anomalies, untouched attributes, and scarce survival rates makes this penny worth far more than its face value. Even in dirty condition, some varieties of the 1951 D wheat penny have sold for prices that shock new collectors. The dirt doesn't cover flaws, it hides details, and sometimes those hidden details are exactly what increase its worth. Draped under layers of age and neglect, this penny may carry doubling effects, off-center strikes, or even rare planchet roller marks that set it apart from ordinary circulation coins. Those subtle variations can elevate it from pocket change to a life-changing discovery. This coin has also gained a reputation for surprising collectors with unexpected rarity. While the Denver Mint produced over 625 million wheat pennies that year, only a microscopic fraction have survived in the condition and detail necessary to command the highest prices. Most were lost, worn down, tossed away, or melted. That's why finding a preserved example, even a dirty one, feels like striking gold. Some of the most famous coin discoveries in America came from old barns, forgotten shoeboxes, and dusty drawers, proving that rare pennies hide everywhere, just waiting for the right set of eyes to uncover them. The true magic of the 1951 D lies in its potential market value. In recent years, collectors have paid unbelievable amounts for the finest examples. What makes this coin even more exciting is that prices keep climbing as interest in old United States coins rises. Ultra-rare wheat pennies have already crossed the $1 million mark, and although only the highest-grade 1951 D varieties reach those levels, lower-grade dirty specimens with special errors can still bring in a fortune. Coin auctions today are filled with bidders willing to spend huge amounts to secure the rarest pieces, and that demand drives prices higher year after year. The appeal of this coin also comes from the mystery that surrounds each specimen. When someone finds a dirty 1951 D penny, no one knows exactly what lies beneath the surface until it's closely examined. A rare minting flaw could be hiding under the grime. A strong strike, a double die, a unique metal flaw. Any of these features can turn a common penny into an ultra-valuable treasure. That unpredictability fuels excitement among collectors and investors who dream of discovering a hidden masterpiece disguised as an ordinary coin. Condition plays an enormous role in determining the value of any coin, but this is where the 1951 D wheat penny becomes especially interesting. Even in very dirty condition, it can hold incredible value if key details remain intact. Some collectors actually prefer coins that show their journey through time, believing the wear adds character and authenticity. And when that dirty surface hides a rare error or strong strike, the combination becomes irresistible. That's why cleaning coins is never recommended. One wipe could erase the very feature that makes it valuable. What's truly captivating about this coin is the way it connects everyday people to extraordinary wealth. Stories continue to emerge of individuals who found rare pennies by accident, only to discover they were worth thousands of dollars. That possibility is what makes the 1951 D wheat penny so special. Anyone could own one without realizing its true worth. It might be sitting in a drawer, buried in a piggy bank, or thrown into a box of forgotten change. That element of chance makes this coin one of the most thrilling pieces in American numismatics. For investors and collectors, the 1951 D wheat penny offers more than historical charm. It offers financial potential that few other coins can match. As demand continues rising and collectors compete for the rarest specimens, the market value of these coins grows stronger. Every year, more people join the search, driving prices higher and increasing attention on penny series from the 1940s and 1950s. The 1951 D is positioned at the center of this surge, making it a standout choice for anyone serious about rare coin investing. The 1951 D wheat penny also carries a unique kind of storytelling power that makes it unforgettable in the world of rare coins. When collectors hold this penny, they're holding a survivor of a different era, a copper witness to decades of American history. Its worn, dirty surface reflects the hands it passed through, the pockets it traveled in, and the years it spent hidden away before someone decided to look at it again. That sense of mystery fuels its appeal because no two specimens ever look the same. Some may show unusual color changes, metal streaks, or pressure marks from the minting process that make them standout pieces. And whenever a dirty, overlooked penny turns out to be a high-value rarity, it reinforces the idea that the greatest treasures aren't always shiny and perfect. Sometimes they're the coins people ignore, the ones that blend into everyday life until someone with a trained eye recognizes their true value. Collectors and investors know that opportunities like these don't come often, and that's what makes the 1951 D wheat penny so compelling. As time passes, fewer of these coins remain hidden in the wild, which means every new discovery becomes a bigger deal than the last. Once a rare penny enters a private collection, it usually stays there for decades, making fresh finds even more scarce. That growing scarcity pushes market values upward and intensifies the hunt among collectors who dream of uncovering the next big jackpot. Whether it's hiding under a layer of dirt or tucked away in a forgotten tin box, this penny continues to spark excitement because any day, any collector, anywhere, could be the next person to stumble upon a life-changing piece of American treasure. This is why now is the perfect moment to check your collection. Go through every jar of pennies, every old wallet, every container filled with forgotten change. If you come across a 1951 DeWitt penny, no matter how dirty or worn, set it aside and look closely. That little copper coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. It's not just a piece of metal. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of rarity, and possibly a ticket to unimaginable wealth. And in a world where the rarest coins can make you a millionaire overnight, this 1951 DeWitt penny might just be the opportunity you've been waiting for.